Hello?
Hello, SD Charles, are you there?
Can you hear me now? My SD, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. We are already online on Facebook. I can see a lot of comments from Facebook. If you're joining, tell me where you are joining from. The network is acting up this morning. I don't know. So my name is Charles Tambo. I'm the boss, is a 2-star director, a LongRich entrepreneur, a trainer, and a coach. I'm so excited to have our LSD all the way from Zambia here. But you know our ritual, guys. You know our ritual. Our ritual here is, tell me where you're joining from. Share this video. Share it. We need to have over 1,000 shares. You get it? Share this video. Then tag all your team members. Everyone that needs to see this video in your team. Tag them. Your prospects, even your prospects need to see. Story sells, fact tells. When they see the stories of people who have had success in the business, they will join your business. So do this. I can see you, Acharya, Chika. I can see you, Nora. I can see you, Eliezer. I can see you, Averine. I can see you, Oyeze, Jennifer, all the way from Abuja. I can see you, Oyinye, Lydia. I can see you guys. Tell me where you're joining from. Monica from Makurdi. Ngugi from Kenya. Yes, I can see you guys. Messi from Zambia. Yes, we need to have a lot of Zambia here today. Lindos from Cameroon.
Yes, we do. I'm actually sharing and tagging now.
Okay, we can see Melissa Rose. Okay, tagging. Jennifer, how are you all doing? Sylvia from Ghana. Go to my main wall, you will see the option to share on my main wall. If you're on the Global Bosses group, you can share from there. But go to my main page, you will see the option to share this video. Tisha from Cameroon. How is your name pronounced? Mwape? Mwape.
Yes.
Mwape Choolwe. All right?
Absolutely. Those are money names, you know. You have to have a big bank account to pronounce them well.
It's money name. That's true. Patience from Cameroon. I can see you. Patience. Welcome everyone for joining today's presentation. Welcome. So we want to get started now. Let's get started. I'm going to read our HESDIS profile quickly. It's a very long one, so I'm going to shorten it, so that we can run through. SD Mwape Choolwe, the CEO of the Success Factory Property, Drew, founder of the People's Pantry food chain, startup, dictionary of art to arts, and team leader. Did you have another audio in your end? It's echoing from your end. Do you have another audio?
It's an echo.
Yeah. Do you have another
Okay.
speaker from your end?
All right. Let me just turn this off. Is this better?
It's better now.
Okay. Great.
Okay. So Network Zambia, Mwape Choolwe exudes a contagious, warm, accommodating personality with a hint of humor. She's a woman of many hearts, a big heart, and definitely a testimony of her Christian faith resonates in all she does. Her academic qualifications include Chartered Accountant, ACCA UK, Purchasing and Supply, CIPS, Professional Certificate, Postgraduate Diploma in Business Administration, Edinburg Business School, Diplomacy Protocol and Public Relations, Diploma in the Deaconate, Diploma in Ministry. A LongRich business journey started from a need. Today, that need met by the LongRich product has become a platform for raising a global community of users, earners, and building dreams since starting out in this journey. She has so many achievements. She's going to talk about the achievements as we go along in this webinar tonight. So amazing achievements. She's married to Dr. Choolwe, the founder and president of the Gospel Innovation Incorporated, aka Gospel Envoys Church. And she's a leader I so much admire her passion in this business. So it's a privilege to have our SD here with us. Can you? Yes, you're back. Welcome back. It's a privilege to have
Thank you.
her here with us to come share us her journey, how she got started in LongRich or in network marketing without mentioning the company's name you've been into, or is LongRich your first network marketing company? So tell us, how did you get started
It's
in network marketing? LongRich is your first network marketing company?
okay. It's the first one I'm taking professionally. I started with some others, but with a lot of people, especially if you have a bit of a business background, you come into network marketing with assumptions that it works like every other business model. So I did try out a few others before I got into LongRich. And honestly, when I got into LongRich, I had given up on network marketing. I just said, this doesn't work. And in fact, I never got into LongRich for the business. I got into LongRich for the product.
Wow. So tell us
So
how you
that's what
got
it was
started.
for me. Yeah.
Tell us how you got
Okay, so
started.
how I got okay. It was a need. After I delivered my last daughter, who is now 4, I realized that my recovery process was so slow and I was having, feminine issues. And then I started looking around for solutions for about 8 months until a friend of mine, introduced me to the LongRich sanitary napkin. She said, you need to try this out. I think it can help you instead of always trekking to and fro the gynae. So initially I bought it and then I sat and I started analyzing. I'm a very analytical person. And I just said, this doesn't make sense. It doesn't make a panty line like that. So I kept it in my house for like 3 weeks. I never used it. And then one time, my husband said, but why do you buy things that you don't use? And what do you lose if you use it? Just try it. And I took that and said, well, yeah, after all, I've paid so much for it. Let me just try it. And boy, I tried it and it worked. I was amazed. I said, wow, really? This can actually change my life. So it was the product, purely the product. That's why when I got into the business, that was May of 2017 when I actually registered the account. I was dormant. All I was doing is when I need panty line, I would send money to South Africa. Panty line would be put on the bus and it would come. And that was it. That was it.
Wow.
They tried. They said, Mwape, recruit. Okay, the next purchase, you register your husband. I said, look, it's fine. You can register him, but remember, I'm not going out to tell anybody about any product or whatever. I'm just going to use them, and that's it. So May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, I was just a product user all those months. And one thing with which is every product I used worked for me. So the more I used the products, the more excited I became. I said, wow, this is amazing. So December, around October, actually, I was in church one day. I was running a clothing business, which was having turbulent times. So as I was in church, we had a visiting preacher who then gave a word, a prophetic word, and said, look, there's a business that you've been putting off and it's going to change so many lives. So I then decided, well, I think this is the clothing business. But when I got home, my husband said, no, this is not clothing business. It's this LongRich business that you've been putting off. That was 27th of October, 2017. So after that, I then said, okay, if not for the fact that I love the products, then for the prophecy, let me step into this business and begin to read about it. So that's when I started reading about the compensation plan. I started reading about the incentives and how LongRich was changing lives. I read about the factory. I got exposed to the full scope of what LongRich had to offer. And 17th of December 2017, we registered the stockist account, the second stockist account in Zambia. I had to travel to South Africa for me to be able to do that. And when I got there, I was pleasantly surprised that with the product I was buying, I actually had commissions that were pending. So I was able to get more products from the commissions. So that's how my journey in LongRich started.
Wow. So you joined, you joined 2016?
Pardon me?
You joined 2016?
I joined 2017.
2017, January, February, March, you were not doing anything. April, May, you were just using the product.
I joined May of 2017. I was just using the product from May 30th of May 2017 up to around December. I was just a product user pretty much.
Until you now decided to do your own research about it later on. You discovered that as a product user, you were also making money.
Yeah, absolutely. I was shocked. I had like 1,000, maybe 1,400 rands, which they were all for just for putting PVs under my son and my husband. I was amazed. I said, wow, okay.
So what was the aha moment? What now made you to now go all out to start building the business? How is the building process like from that time to this time?
Okay, so
what are the things you did now to get to where you are? Those are the things now.
Great. So after we registered the stockist account, of course, every journey has its own challenges. I came back to Zambia. We had no bank account, no depot, but I was so determined because product testimonies kept coming in. Product testimonies. This person would come and say, I had an ovarian cyst and panty liner did it for me. Another one would come and say, oh, stretch marks and SOD did it for me. Acne. So that kept motivating me to say these products were actually changing lives and helping people to have improved health. The two incidences in February of 2018, one of our members in the church, who is my business partner, Pastor Hannah, she had a brother-in-law who was very, very ill, very, very ill. He was at the point of death. And literally, we were praying just for the family to be strengthened. They had diagnosed him with cancer, and it was very advanced, lymphoma. And I remember that there was a presentation where Lonwabo was talking about cordyceps. So we decided to get cordyceps to him. And that was now where the business began to boom, because within a week of using cordyceps, this is somebody who was in a convalescent state. He was able to go to the bathroom by himself. He was able to walk. He was able to eat and talk.
Wow.
And doctors had written him off. So you can imagine when the doctors were now calling us to say, what did you give this man? We were now making phone calls to and from South Africa saying, guys, we need more cordyceps here. There's so many people who need this product. So that now pushed the business up. And
Wow.
to me realize that it was more than just money. It was actually a way of changing people's lives. And
True.
over time, in March to April, there was Dubai trip. LongRich had the Dubai trip, and my upline was generous enough to make sure that they handed me a ticket to go to Dubai. Oh, because, you know, by then, SD, I was earning very little money, sometimes as little as $1, you know, because we didn't know how to balance eggs. We didn't know how to, we were running this thing just based on excitement. So, you know, the times when it would be 20 kwacha here, 30 kwacha, which is, you know, your $1, $1.50. And then it went, sometimes it would go up to 800. So I was then given this Dubai ticket. And then the first thing that amazed me was how many people were traveling to Dubai. There was plane loads from all over the world. Nigeria, UK, South Africa. I said, wow, really? And then when we got to Dubai, the first day of that trip, they took us to the property guys. And in my mind, I'm saying, why are they taking us to these expensive places? I mean, these houses are so expensive. But then I remember the reaction on the faces of the SDs then. They were like, oh, yeah, I can pay for this house in like 3 weeks. I can pay for this. And in my mind, I'm saying, what? I'm here earning and somebody is able to pay for a house in 3 weeks. What's going on here? Then they took us to another section and they told us that, oh, Mama Titi from Nigeria, she actually owns property in this area. And this was like an upmarket area. With every encounter, my mind was opening up. You know, I was sitting on a gold mine and here I was picking dust. And I came back.
Sitting on the gold mine, eating dust, man. I love that.
You can imagine, I came back so energized. I was, just from the time I was in Dubai, I was sending messages to my team saying, guys, we need to wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. This is serious. This is not money for bread. This is a serious business, you know. And that's when I went flat out and was telling everybody who cared to listen about this opportunity. So that was a turning point for me. And it was a high moment. It was the moment that now redefined my why, because initially my why was product, but then I realized that this was a powerful platform that we could use to change the financial status. Many of us have got passions, we've got dreams, we've got needs, we've got families, but we don't have the platform that can support all the things that we desire to do. And then LongRich opened up. I saw these guys shopping at the mall of the Emirates and the Dubai mall. And I'm like, who puts, I saw people like SD Vivian, Happy Simelane. They were putting designer things in trolleys. I said, who does that? Who does that? I mean, how are they going to pay for these things? And they were swiping and it was, you know, it was nothing to them. And that's what we realized, really, there was a lot more that we could achieve on LongRich.
Wow, wow. So that trip boost gave you the energy you had in your business, and you went all out in your business. Were there times you had because building in a country where there were no structure yet, where there were no products yet, where there were no office yet, how was it like building in such country?
It was a true test of my why, I tell you, SD. I mean, oh my goodness. I remember that time in South Africa, business was booming extremely. I mean, they went 3 months, 4 months, no product. But they were pumping crazy PVs because they understood the business. Something else. Now, for me, who is now starting out, myself and Pastor Zimba, who were starting out in Zambia, people could just not bear paying for product that they could not see. So from time to time, we had call out to the police. We had call out to the police. We had people asking for refunds. It was very challenging. And then people were not seeing commissions in cash simply because we never had a bank account. They were not seeing the amount of money that our colleagues were making. So to try and make the story believable and build hope into the people was a big challenge. But we thank God in a short space of time. I came back in April. In May, the office was established. So some of those runs with the police began to reduce. And then in end of May, we got our first container. I remember that day. It was like a dream. It was like a dream. Oh, I tell you. It was, yes. So those challenges began to ease off. Now, the major roadblock was changing people's mindsets, because some people came into the business with a get-rich-quick mindset. They came into the business thinking, if I bring my 3, that's it. I'm good to go. I should start seeing weekly income. So that's the challenge, and that's the opportunity at the same time that we are now having to handle, for the simple reason that it's a bit new. Seeing a lot of people get into network marketing in our country is a bit new. It's always been people thinking of either employment or the trading sort of business, where you buy something from a wholesaler and then you put your markup and then you sell it, and that's how you make your money. So to now change the perception and to let people realize that this is not buy and sell, but rather building a team. Those are some of the opportunities that we're now having to exploit. Yeah.
Wow. This is lovely. This is lovely. So now, can you tell us now? Because there are new people who are joining this business. They want to be like you. They want to become a star director. They want to qualify for the cars, trips, and so many good incentives, so many things you've mentioned, so many incentives in the company. What do you think is what are the things you can share with them that will help them get to where you are? So can you share that?
Okay. So first and foremost, you must realize that in order for you to succeed at anything, your why has to be clear and your why has to be strong. There are people who come into a business and the only reason why they're doing it is because somebody else is doing it. Your reason has to go beyond that, because remember, that person, they just opened the door to the vote for you. They are not your ceiling. They are not your babysitter in the business. They just opened the door. So you have to have a very strong why. And sometimes the why might not look very compelling, but as you get to know more about the business, like it was for me, you get to realize that there's so much more that you can do with the platform. So come in with your why, number one. Number two, be ready to work. You have to be ready to put in the work. I tell you, if you look at any person who has succeeded, whether it's SD Charles, who is our host for today, or if you are in Zambia, our top leader, Mwansa, and others, they are people with a strong work ethic. You need to have a strong work ethic. A strong work ethic means that even when people are not responding, even when your team members don't seem to have the energy, you need to keep up. You need to stay consistent. You need to stay focused. You need to get up and do those things that are necessary in order for you to score wins. And then the other thing that you need to understand is that this is a business that requires you to learn. You have to learn. You have to keep learning. You have to keep sharpening your skills. Somebody said, the more you learn, the more you earn.
Yes, that's true.
Hand-me-down information. There's a lot of information that is circulated in the network marketing circles. You can't just depend on hand-me-down. There has to be certain people that you identify as your mentors, as the people to follow. And those are the people that when you learn whatever you are getting from wherever, you check with them. You check with them. Is this the way they are doing the business? Because somebody might come to you and tell you just copy and paste. But when you look at the ones who are succeeding, are they just copying and pasting? Or do they actually have a flow? Do they, you'll be able to see certain patterns. You'll be able to see. If you look at SD Charles, he's very consistent in terms of training his team, in terms of him having a program to develop leaders in his team. And those are some of the things that you need to factor into your learning, you know. Then the next thing is your mindset. This is the last one that I'll talk about. Your mindset. You know, everything in life will come with challenges. I'm telling you. If you are a Christian, your faith will be tested. There are persecutions, there are trials, there are tribulations. If you are in marriage, the same thing goes on. If you are in business, my goodness, especially if you are a Christian married and in business, oh boy, you're getting the full load. So you have to have a positive mindset. You have to have a positive and strong mindset. People will call you names. People will hate you for money you haven't even made yet. You know, but you have to keep going. You can't look at what they are saying and what they're not saying, what they're doing and what they're not doing, and say, that's why I'm not working. You've got to have a strong mindset. You have to tell yourself, the wins in my mind, I will make sure that I manifest them in my business. So those are some of the things that I can make you give you as the things that have worked for me, the tips that have worked for me. If you are in Zambia, it's a place where people are now waking up. They're now waking up. So the field is ripe. We can do so much more. We can do so much more. Don't get cluttered with those that are already sort of prospected to. There are so many people who are yet to hear about the business. And with an abundance mindset, you can do a lot.
But I love this. I love this. This is great. I love what you just mentioned. If you look at what SD Mwape just mentioned, you can see that every successful people in the world, aside even LongRich, aside being an SD, they mention all this. It's just the same thing we've been saying. The same thing. If you follow these patterns, you will surely become successful. So whatever nuggets you've gotten here, guys, I want you to drop it in the comments. I want you to share this video. Everybody needs to hear this. Share, keep sharing, and drop shared in the comments. This is amazing. Someone who has experience sharing a journey with you. There's so much you can learn here. If you have been in this business and you feel like giving up, our example is the one you want to follow. Imagine, it's not easy, guys. It's not easy to build a business when there were no products, when there is no office, there is no structure. I can feel what she was saying. Yeah, she's saying, they will call you names. They will call you names. But now we joined the business when there is everything. So we have no excuse, guys. We joined the business when there is everything. There is products, even if we have some product challenges, but there is products, there is testimony for you to use now. There is structure. We have people who have been in the business for a longer time who are having success. So there is no excuse for any of you guys not to have success. Now, the next question I want to ask you is, I know we have so many people in this business who feel like giving up. They are stuck. They are stuck in their business. Were there times you were stuck in your business? What did you do?
SD, even now I'm looking at SD too, and I'm saying, dear Lord, I need to walk on water. I tell you, it's there. The times are there. The times are there. I remember D4 to D5. Oh my goodness! I presented. I expected. I upgraded. I even started sleeping. Dear Lord, D4 to D5. I looked at it. I said, "Is this going to happen? 75,000 PVs. Where am I going to get these people? People are not brushing their teeth enough." But you know what, SD, one thing I learned is for you to move up levels, sometimes you need new information. You need new information. If you are doing the same thing over and over and over again, there could be something that you need to add to what you're doing that you don't know as yet. And that's why the power of books, the power of network is so, so important. And also being able to honestly check yourself and say, okay, I've been posting and doing this and I'm not getting as much feedback. Is there something I need to stop doing or something that I need to do better? You audit yourself and then tell yourself that even when I'm auditing myself, I'm not auditing myself to validate reason for giving up. No, there is no giving up. We don't give up. We're not turning back. If the sea will not part, we will walk on the water. So we're just thinking of how we get the tools for the next level to break the next mountain. So yes, it happens a lot because LongRich they're very strategic in how they've structured the ranks. Diamond 1, Diamond 2, you just literally those ones just drop on their own. Diamond 3, you're warming up now. Diamond 4, you're on your mark. Diamond 5, that when you now get to Diamond 6, now you feel the blows and the punches. Now your resolve, your inner resolve, your strength as a leader. Are you really a leader, or is it by placement? Because you now move to Diamond 7 on placement, though. You now have to take charge of the ship. You have to take charge of the ship. So now, Diamond 6 to Diamond 7, you're being tested. Diamond 7 to Star 1. I remember that journey. Oh my goodness. Team incentives came in, and now I was just saying to myself, Lord God, every single day, all I want is just to make progress. That's all I want. So it's in those times, number one, you have to clear your thoughts, because when you feel stuck, there's so many thoughts that will come, so many thoughts, and many of them will try to validate why you should quit. So clear your thoughts. All that mental clutter, you need to get rid of it. The thinking that if only my upline could, if only somebody, if LongRich would reduce the price, if they could increase the PVs, if they could all those things, they come into your mind. But let me tell you, dear leaders, they are distractions. They are distractions. The truth of the matter is that if you deal with that mountain, your own potential, your own capacity will increase if you can deal with that mountain. And it requires you to be focused. It requires you to be determined. It requires you to be clear. It requires you to be systematic, So if you feel stuck, clear your mind of all the things that are trying to convince you or validate your reason for quitting. Because if you quit and go to something else, you're training yourself to keep quitting. Now, quitters never win. There's never been anyone who has run a race and quit and got a trophy. They don't give trophies for quitting. They don't give trophies for complaining. So the first thing that you must do is clear your mind of the mental clutter. Start dealing with one thing at a time. When you look at your strengths as a leader, what areas do you need to improve on? Because once you increase your leadership capacity, once you increase on how you are dealing with people, you find that it's easier for you to actually hold and retain your team. Okay, then you also look at the business structure. You look at yourself and say, okay, where are the gaps? What are the things that I need to fill up on? And then from there, you say, what are the things that work that I have perhaps slowed down on, and then get back to them. The beautiful thing with LongRich is that LongRich is a very forgiving business. That's what I find. It's a very forgiving business. The fact that you can pick up and then come back and, build again, it's very forgiving. In other businesses, if you ranked up so high and then slowed down, you would start from the beginning. You'd start from pre-diamond. Even for us, we have to maintain pre-diamond mentality as far as hunger is concerned. We must maintain a pre-diamond mentality and deal with our success in the past. Those PVs are gone. We now need new ones. So yeah, it's we keep going, we keep running. Yeah.
Wow, guys, I hope you got value from that. I want you to drop 111 in the comments if you've gotten value so far. in this webinar. For me, I've gotten so much value. She is just eating it as it is. You know, the thought of where you are going, if you're not careful, can hold you back. And so focus on the activity. Don't be worried. Don't worry, you get the results you want. Just focus on the activity. Do the needful. Work on yourself. Thank you for those wonderful points you shared with us. Now, you've had so much success in this business. And I want you to share with us what are you grateful for in this journey? What are the things you are grateful for? What are the successes you've achieved? What are you grateful for?
You know, when you ask me that question, I feel like crying, SD. I feel like crying. I'm grateful for so much. First and foremost, I'm grateful that I got onto a platform that was able to bring out. I'd almost given up on being an entrepreneur because I was out of the entrepreneur circles for a while, being in the corporate circles. When I got married and then we started the ministry, I couldn't manage the two, you know, being in a business and then also ministry. So I'm grateful that I was given a second chance to be a business person again. I'm so grateful. Through that, I'm able to touch and change many people's lives. I'm able to give people, some people, all they needed was just some school fees paid. The other day, a lady contacted me. I just need about $50 for my daughter's school fees. And I had the money and I felt God speaking to me to say, give her, you know. And when I gave it to her, the way she responded, if I didn't have the means, if I was depending on a salary, I was going to tell her to come back next week. But I'm grateful that I've been given the opportunity to touch people's lives. I'm grateful for the opportunity to see the world for free. Oh my goodness. I've been to Dubai twice now, actually visited all the Emirates, been to China, been to South Africa, and I never had to pay. You know, my husband in the past would put us on a plane, and I know just how much it takes for us to do that. But here I am, for the same PBs that paid me weekly, I'm able to see the world for free, literally. Literally, I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful that through this business, I get to mingle with great minds like you, SD. I get to mingle with people who have a vision for changing Africa, for changing the world, literally. And then also, I'm grateful that I don't have to look down when it's time to give. I don't have to look down. I can go to my bag and bring out the money that God desires me to have. He said in his word, no one should appear before him empty. And since the coming of LongRich in my life, I've been able to ensure that I never appear before the Lord empty. So I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful to give to God and to make impact, to change people's lives. I actually feel like crying. I'm so touched. This has been for me a journey of learning. But apart from that, can you imagine that for every level of new information we get, our incomes also grow? Where have you ever seen something as amazing as that? And this information we get, it touches every aspect of our lives. And then finally, I'm grateful that my children may never have to look for jobs. They will only work because they want to. They may never look for jobs. So it's
That's touchy.
amazing. Yeah.
That's it.
So I'm so grateful. Yes.
We are here. We want to hear more.
You want to hear more? And of course, SD, when I look at the products and the product testimony, can you imagine that for making people more healthy, we are getting paid? Somebody comes to you and they've been having challenges. Like one time I spoke to a lady at a presentation and she walked up to me. She said, I don't know if you remember, but I found you at the mall and I told you, I shared with you about my grandmother was having incontinence and you gave me a pack of panty liners. So I said, yes, well, I do that sometimes. And then she broke down. And then I said, why are you crying? And then she said, you know what? We never have to mop up after my grandmother. We never, the indignity of us having to clean up after her is gone. She's fine. She's able to hold herself and get to the bathroom. And it's something that is as simple as that, making a change, making a difference in somebody's life. And here comes LongRich paying you for that. Honestly speaking, paying you for that. It would have been good enough if we just got the product, but then we get the product, we make the difference, and we get paid for it. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. That's, to me, it's out of this world. It's out of this world. The combination of the philosophy of LongRich and its impact on our lives is one that we can't keep quiet about. We have to tell everybody.
Yes.
We have to tell
Yes.
everybody. The differences that we're making. You know, the leaders might feel like, I've not seen anything big, but you don't know just how far those products have touched somebody's life. You have no idea. It's not everyone who gets the product through you or your team who you get to trace. So trust the fact that the process, the platform, and the products are making a difference in people's lives, a big one for that matter. And for me, I'm extremely grateful for that. Really, really grateful.
Man, guys, I hope you got value from this, because this is really touching. The part that you have set a legacy for your children. They don't even want to walk again. If you are a parent here, you want to listen to that part very well. That's the truth. That's the truth. They will only want to walk if they decide to. If not, they have a system running for them already. I want to thank you, SD Mwape, for this, for sharing your journey with us, and for telling us what it is for us to do to get to where you are, to become an SD in the business. Recently, you were paid your SD bonus. How exciting is that?
Oh my goodness, SD. Actually, but I'm so excited. I'm extremely excited about it. And you know, I used to hear these as stories. I used to hear them as points. There were even a prayer point. But here we are living in the reality of it. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And I like to
That's
encourage
great.
all of us from Zambia. SD remains the goal. Let's keep running. Let's keep pushing. Don't give up. This business does not play favorite. It doesn't matter whether you are from Nigeria or you are from Africa or you are from Zambia. The business does not play favorite. All it needs is for you to unlock the opportunity on your team, work on yourself, build, 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 build. And as you're doing so, you're going to see the rewards, and they just keep getting better. They just keep getting better. So I'm grateful.
That's great. So we're going to take 3 questions from the audience, for those who are watching us now. If you have any question for SD Mwape, please, I want you to drop it in the comments. Let's take your questions. Just we're going to take 3 questions. Quickly, guys, drop your questions. I'm seeing the comments. Many people are excited with this, so drop your questions. I know you're excited. Let's hear from you now.
Hi, Lois. I see one of the leaders from Zambia. Lois, good to see you online. Mercy, good to see you. Ibijoke.
Your questions, guys. I see you guys keep tagging people to see this video. If you don't have question for SD, We're going to call it off if you don't. I know many people are excited with your story. You know, it's quite a touching story and motivating, also inspiring, and
Thank you.
like
The
this person
comments,
said, you are the first to reckon with SD.
thank you so much. Thank you.
So many comments. So show your appreciation, drop some emoji, drop some love for our SD. I'm not seeing, okay, I'm seeing a question from Shinwei. Shinwei is asking, how did you motivate your team members that were not working?
How did I motivate? Okay. Um, so the two things that you need to realize. Number one, Chindwe, thank you for the question. One thing we must realize is that the biggest motivation for anybody is their why. So if you want to effectively motivate your team members, you need to understand what their why is and then match that to what they need to do in order for them to fulfill it. So if somebody, for example, joined the team and their why is to be able to provide for their family, as long as they've not yet attained that, you have to keep reminding them and celebrate every milestone that they make towards that why. So sometimes as leaders, especially if you are gone Diamond 5 and above, we tend to celebrate the big wins more than the components that make those big wins. If somebody is Diamond 1 and they are to bring their 3, I think it's a milestone in the business. It's something that we need to recount ourselves to celebrate. This time, even when a person gets their first, we celebrate their first income because we know that they have now unlocked the system. They're able to see that the same platform that pays so and so 5 digit or 6 digit or 7 digit is now paying them what they got. So in order for us to motivate, I'm saying to you, number one is know their why, match their why to their action. Number two, whatever wins they have, recognize and celebrate them. It's not every person who only get motivated at a point when they've attained perhaps a car incentive. Let's keep recognizing the baby steps, so to speak. Because remember, in our business, Diamond 1 and Diamond 2, these are the king makers. If you have the SD points, but you haven't gotten the Diamond 1s and Diamond 2s in place, you may not rank up. So we have to, right from the bottom, my leader, SD Vivian, taught us to pull from the bottom. And you can only pull from the bottom if you recognize the bottom. So we don't talk down on those that are still starting up, but rather at the steps they've taken, and we acknowledge those steps. And then we tell them, look, in order for you to get to this goal faster, you need to do this more. So if they've been talking to, say, 2 people every 2 days, you tell them you have to do it every day now so that you get to your goal in half the time. So that's one of the things that I would say to you. And then another thing you must realize is that, in network marketing as a whole industry, there is a very high attrition rate. There's a high attrition rate. The people who start are usually there are a lot of people who start, but very few people have the stamina to keep running, especially in the midst of challenges. So sometimes you need to identify and see, am I dealing with an ego or am I dealing with a chicken? You need the discernment, you need those skills so that you don't end up finding yourself trying to make a chicken fly. But try to make a chicken fly, both the chicken and yourself will end up very injured and frustrated. So those are some of the skills that you need to have. And I believe that with the Spirit of God, with the help of God, you'll be able to discern who is who so that you can inspire them based on where they are in the journey. There could be an ego, but they're still in the chick stage. You nurture them. But if it's a chicken and it's full grown and they keep resisting what you keep telling them to do, you might want to just step back a bit, continue once in a while to give them information, but don't end up finding yourself so caught up in the ones that are not motivated that you end up losing your whole team. Because in every team, there's always a remnant. There are always those who, even without the involvement of their upline, they will keep running. That's why LongRich has given provision for you to bypass your upline, because they understand that there are those who have a why that is even bigger than their upline. So don't lose those ones while trying to motivate or to convert a chicken into an ego. And I say this with respect, but I just want us to be very forthright, because sometimes the issue is not so much on you as a leader. It could be they themselves who they need to help themselves to come out of mindsets. They need to break their own limits. So expose them to information, give them the opportunity to see their why often, give them the opportunity to say, okay, when you started, you showed me your why as maybe providing for your family, or you want to travel. There's some who just want to travel and you haven't yet gotten to your why. So this is not time for you to stop. The trips are still coming. So you can use their why to inspire them. But then you also need to be careful not to find yourself trying to get somebody who is in a state where they don't want to fly with you. Okay, so that's what I'll say. I saw another.
I love that. That is great, because what you're saying is in the book. In the book, Don Filer, 45-second presentation that can change your life. Guys, if you are in this category, go and get that book. There is a silver sheep and there is a gold sheep. You want to be a gold sheep. You understand? And the greatest motivation comes from within, not outside, guys. Not outside. It comes from within. And that's what our heads just mentioned. Now, there's a question here someone just mentioned. Do you do online marketing? It was Zulu. Zulu said, what's the best way to advertise your business online?
Okay. That's a very loaded question, Lois. And once again, good to see you. So, when it comes to advertising your business, you need to identify who your audience is. I've learned so much in this journey that there are certain things that I used to do that you probably noticed I don't do anymore. And then there are certain things that we used to do that I need to start doing again. But the first thing I would say to you is you need to identify your audience. You identify your audience based on your brand as an individual. Okay, so if you look at us in Zambia, there's Mwape Choolwe, first star director in Zambia, amazing lady. And then there's myself. I got to get a larger audience through my pastoral work. Okay, so through my pastoral work, through my involvement in ministry, there were so many people who were following us, looking for what we would say, which was from the mouth of God. Now, got excited about LongRich and started to advertise every day, panty liner, bamboo soap, so and so. I noticed something. Number one, those who were following us, there are some who stopped because they felt that we're using the platform to monetize. Okay, we're monetizing the relationship, which was not meant to be. And then there were those who they were looking for what we were saying at that point, who began to follow. All right, now I needed to sit down and say, what do we want to project? What do we want to project? So if you want to project yourself primarily as an entrepreneur, I would say brand yourself around that. If you look at my fellow SD, that's her profile. Brand yourself around an entrepreneur, brand yourself around being an influencer. And there you will have to then observe what works for that space. And that's what you need to drive. Okay, so then if you want to maintain, perhaps if you're in ministry like me and you want to maintain that, I would rather you set up a page. You set up a page instead of you using the audience that God has given you, God's people. It's better, it might be better for you to set up a page. And then secondly, get to learn from network marketers. Don't just learn from any other business, because with Facebook, there are things like algorithms and so on. Get to learn from experienced network marketers on how they're doing it and see if that model will work for you. There are certain things that if you look at accomplished entrepreneurs in this circle, in the network marketing space, there are certain things that they do not do. And some of it, we have messed ourselves up, especially in Zambia, we've messed ourselves up because we are just salesy. And you find that the ones who are smaller, their audience has been blacked out because the algorithm changes every so often. Okay, so it's a big topic, but I'm giving you some pointers for you to just get to more information. And that's why perhaps you look at programs like the one that Charles Tambo offers, the Disrupt program. Sign up for those things so that you get to learn. Don't assume and copy and paste everything. It's not everything that you see certain people do that might work for you the way it has worked for them. So you need to study, look at yourself and say, well, how am I projecting myself? Am I projecting myself as a mompreneur, for example, a mother? And so mothering is the brand. Mothering is what is driving everything that I'm doing. Am I projecting myself as a person who looks at social justice? But I want to project myself. There's so many ways that you can brand yourself in order for you to build an audience. But after you've built that audience, it matters how you convert that into leads. It matters. And there you need to have training. You need to have people who are experts, show you the ropes. I'm still learning. I'll be honest with you. I'm still learning. But I tell you what, you mess it up if the only thing you post on your social media is bamboo soap and so on. You might find that your audience has actually been cut off. It's very possible because of the way the algorithm has been set up. So it's important for you to understand what brand are you building, how best can you navigate yourself on social media, and then whatever it is that you come up with, consistency, maintain professionalism and consistency. It has no substitute. Maintain those. So that's what I'll say to you, Lois. I hope it's been of help to you.
So finally, how did you deal with
Hey, Romana, good to see you, SD Romana. Wow. Okay, I'm still dealing with it though. I'm still dealing with it. So first thing is conversations. You find out what's going on, sometimes you might think somebody, when in essence, it could be that they have challenges that they are going through, so you also, as a leader, you need to know where are your stars in the team, what's happening in their lives, conversations. And then secondly, your own leadership potential, your own leadership capacity needs to increase, because for somebody to just stop, especially if you were working closely and then they just go quiet, it's actually a pointer to a number of factors. Maybe you have not yet built the right kind of relationships with your team members. It could be a missing link somewhere. So find out where they are, look at your own leadership skills and what you can do to improve so that you can pick up on that relationship, okay? And then the other issue that you need to do is, with network marketing, every single challenge can be solved by recruiting. That's what I believe. Sometimes you need to give birth instead of trying to raise the dead. So you might just want to. Sometimes when people see the new ones coming up, they see the new ones, somebody joined in a week's time, the diamond one, you find the ones that have been there for a while, they'll be like, hey, she just joined and she's already diamond one. I think I should also become more serious. So, you keep showing them what is in it for them. You keep, keep giving them information. You keep inviting them to trainings. You might even want to have a way of trying to build confidence within existing distributors. So we don't just prospect to the outside, but we will also maintain the relationships that we have built. Somebody said, if you are married, you have to keep up. You have to keep doing the things that you did in order for you to get your spouse. I think you also need to keep doing the things that you did in order for you to get your distributors to believe in you and to trust the business. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. The analogy you use with being married is very key, so it's also the same thing with your team members. You want to keep those fire that you had in the beginning of your business. You want to keep up that fire. You want to, with that, they see you active, you are consistent, and they see you recruiting you into your business. They'll also want to do the same with time. So thank you very much, Hesdy. I know you're a very busy woman. It's not easy to get you here, and we are so excited to hear from you. Your journey, your story has really helped a lot of us in our business. So I know when I started this business, I used to see your stories also. So your ginger, the way you were doing things then, because I joined this business 2018 September. You were among those people's story. Uh, I used also in building my business. We're sharing stories from different countries. When we are recruiting people from Zambia, we share stories of Zambia and the rest. So, so
That's
it's
so
good to hear.
smart.
It's good to hear from you today. So, guys, we really want to thank everyone. Thank you for joining. There's some certain information I want to share with you all quickly. So, look at the screen. There's this training coming up. Wednesday was talking, sharing our journey with us. She mentioned trainings. So, there's a training coming up in June 4th and 6th. I'm privileged to be one of the speakers in the training among great leaders in the industry. If you look at the screen, do you know anyone? Do you know? Can you mention 3 names in the comment section that you know here? The speakers here, they
Fraser
are
Boots.
multi-million dollar leaders in box, Robert, and this was my upline in my previous company, Chad Natida. There are so many great leaders. We have um, Gloria Banks, we have Ray Hickton here. We have so many of the leaders, so many, Tiffany Mallott, Fraser Brooks. We have great leaders, all of them here. All the leaders here are amazing leaders. They have impacted on so many people's life in the profession. And it's a privilege that I am among them. And I will be speaking alongside with this great leader come June 1st. It was supposed to be January. It was postponed because of COVID-19. And to April, later on, it was postponed again to June because of COVID-19. The studio that was supposed to be used is in Netherlands. They are on lockdown now. So if you've not bought your tickets, kindly inbox me link, and I will send you the link on how to get registered. You need to be in this environment, Event great leaders, guys. Event great leaders. So if you truly want to be a leader in this profession, you have to attend events, attend trainings that will help you build your business. So inbox me link, and I will send you the link on how you can register for this training. It's $35. $35 for 3 days to pick the brain of these great leaders in the industry. Now there's another training coming up. I've had the opportunity to train so many leaders in our business and in other companies also, and it's coming up May. Spending 30 days with me will help you build your business, and it's $85. Small amounts to pick my brain for 30 days. All the things, all the material that has been helping me to build my business, to get to where I am fast, is what I'm going to share with you. I have so many books, so many things. You're going to learn social media, how to work on your mindsets, how to build your business internationally. So many things you're going to learn from this. 1st of May to 30th of May, you are going to spend 30 days with me on a closed group. So if you're interested, you want to contact the number on the screen, send a message to the number. It's $85 for those who are paying between now and 18th, and $150 if you are paying after 18th, because this is just a giveaway for you to learn from me in 30 days. And this week between now and next week, and anyone that is coming on board, you get my book for free. This book, you get it for free, and a workbook, you get it for free. You get it. This book is loaded. You want to get it if you've not gotten it. If you are registering to this program, you get this book for free. This week, between now and next weekend, you get it for free. Now there is a business for home poll that is going on now. Top leaders poll. You want to you want to also vote. You can see the list. leaders. We have two leaders from our business, LongRich. We have Vivian Mokome and me, and I mean there. So you want to vote, guys. Vote so that we can also eat the top. It's going to be great for our business coming from Africa and so many other things. So make sure you download the app and vote. It's a 2 minute process. Go to your app store, download business for home use, and start voting. And so I have so many people who are asking of the book, some books. So if you can get back to your offline to get these books, the 45-minute presentation and 7 skills to become a network marketing professional by Rick Worry, and Rich Dad Poor Dad, 21st Century Business by Robert Kiyosaki. These are books that will help you grow your business. So you can get a soft copy from your offline. If you can't, they surely your offline should have a soft copy. If you don't have your offline, they can give you go up, go higher, and you get the soft copy. So thank you very much. I have my guys here. This is I have my people, my crew, my crew with me here. So thank you, Hesdy. Thank you very much, and see you guys. Bye bye. Make sure you follow us on social media. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on YouTube. Make sure you follow us. You know, uh, sharing is caring. Voting is caring. If you have gotten so much value from me, vote for me. So bye bye.
Bye, Steve. Thank you for the
Thank you, my
opportunity.